There's ways to attract women and there's ways to keep women, essentially. 99% of the content out there educating men is focused on attracting women. And in that conversation, we have forgotten about one skill that not a lot of men are interested in or developing. It's a trait that even if you haven't built a lot of wealth or status or all these more classical signals, you will still captivate a woman. It is a trait that even the man that has built massive amounts of wealth, success, and that is able to provide his woman with amazing material experiences, that also this man will lose his woman to a man that possesses this trait. Let's call this guy Chad. Of course, we call him Chad, right? And this man has worked through his 20s, not really prioritizing women, but he wanted to build status, wealth. He wanted to be the man, right? He wanted to provide his future woman with all the material experiences, gifts that would outcompete any man on this planet. And as he gets into his 30s, very easily he attracted a woman and started a relationship with her. And his love language, his way of showing his care to her, was indeed through sharing his wealth, to providing for her to a massive extent, to get her all the gifts in the world and fly her out to the craziest places. He still prioritizes his purpose and he's even able to protect her. He's in great physical shape, but over the course of a few years, he senses that his girlfriend is losing attraction, is losing emotional investment in the relationship. And as that's happening, what he decides to do is, I need to give more, I need to provide more. So he starts working harder, giving more, until that he finds out that she cheated on him. The relationship ends and Chad has no idea what happened to him. The guy that she cheated with wasn't a guy that was in the same shape as him, couldn't fly her out to all these crazy places or buy her these crazy gifts. So what did this guy do really? He doesn't only make her feel physically safe, he makes her feel emotionally safe. He makes her feel understood and seen. It provides her with a container to be herself fully. And so she can open herself up to a way deeper extent than she ever could with our buddy Chad here. The experience is of a different depth. It is more meaningful, and frankly, it goes much deeper and way beyond the material experiences and more perceptive experiences that a man can provide. Because you have to understand that physical protection, being this massive guy, or having a crazy status, being able to provide to the craziest extents, all these things are related to the ego, and they are for that reason finite. So they will at some point, or someone else could provide me more of simply those surface level things, right? And even the body of a Greek god with a black belt in jiu-jitsu will make a woman only feel more unsafe if he doesn't have the capacity to make her feel emotionally safe. The status, the money, the bigger fucking biceps, all these things are finite. They are features that signal to a woman, I have the traits that you are looking for. I have the skills that will make you feel safe. It is never the money, the car, the status. It is never these things objectively that will truly attract a woman. It will only grab the attention of a woman. But here comes the main point. Why did Chad lose this woman? Most of the times, I can argue, these guys will lose the woman to another guy of the same archetype, but just with more money, who's a little bit taller, who has a little bit more status. Because you have tried to keep a woman with merely the same features that attracted her. So it's finite, and there is always a grass is greener. How do you become that other guy? The masculine duties of protection, provision, and putting your purpose first are still absolutely necessary, absolutely important, and will always remain important. But there is a fourth masculine duty, which is providing her with emotional safety. This trait is simply not as sexy as getting the money, getting the car, and all these things that we as boys were so interested in, right? You are interested in becoming this full circle, becoming this well-rounded man who can do all of these things. Then being able to provide emotional safety is done in this way. First of all, you need to be curious. A very simple starter is asking why. Simply these 3 letters will completely change the way you interact with women, and you will have completely different experiences if you just wonder why. And either let a conversation die off when she says that she's studying psychology, or you can ask, why did you start this study? Secondly, emotional awareness. Again, this is a skill that you can train. Emotional awareness is simply wondering how might she feel, thinking for another person. These things, not only with women, but with people in general, make them feel understood, make them feel seen, just like it's emphasized in How to Win Friends and Influence People. This skill will get you ahead in life. And it is exactly the same with women. Then thirdly, leadership. So as a second step on top of emotional awareness, right? If you are placing yourself in her shoes, then you're doing the first bit. The second bit is actually leading on the information. If you think she might feel uncomfortable at a house party, emotional awareness, lead her outside and have a talk with just you two for a second so she can calm down. Leadership is taking away the hurdles. When you are with her, taking away all the hurdles that might arise. Hurdles for a woman is, oh, who's gonna pay this bill? Is he gonna open the door? Do I need to choose the restaurant? These are all little hurdles that invite a woman to go into her masculine space. When she has to do that, she most of the times will be a little annoyed that she has to. And on top of that, more importantly, she cannot be feminine when she is in her masculine. So you will get her masculine. You will get her more competitive, more assertive side. You will not get her soft, caring, feminine side. She will not be able to open up fully during sex, during conversations. She frequently has to switch between her masculine and her feminine. So where emotional awareness is the first step, leadership is the second step, and basically acting on your emotional awareness. Taking away all these little hurdles so that she can completely relax, open in her femininity. And holy shit, if you do this, you are simply not to be compared really with most men. And the fourth characteristic of providing emotional safety is groundedness. So many men fuck up here. The woman you're dating speaks a different language. She speaks emotional language. Her emotions can suddenly go up and down depending on her cycle, depending on the fucking weather. And it truly doesn't matter. As men, we always feel disrespected or feel personally attacked because sometimes it might come out a little bit too directive, a little bit too assertive. Man, if you can stay grounded and look her in the eyes while these emotions are coming out, of course, there's a limit. If it's straight up disrespectful, then there is never an excuse for that, of course. 99.9% of the time, it isn't about you. These emotions are to be expressed, and her doing that is a sign that she is comfortable enough doing that she feels safe enough with you. So don't feel attacked, feel honored, and see it as an opportunity to be grounded, to be like a fucking rock, to let it come out, look her in the eyes, pick her up, dance with her, put her in a rear naked choke or an armbar, go for the submission. Don't do that. Right? Play with her and you will make her forget about the emotion. Those four characteristics, that's how you become a man that can provide something that in these times not a single man is focusing on. You will be the man that separates himself from all of the other men. And when you get into conversation and into interactions with women, they can feel it very quickly. They will be initially captivated by it, and they will understand that this man is special. and they understand that leaving you would be the biggest mistake, especially when you are providing the other 3 masculine duties as well. You're providing for her, you can defend her, you're keeping your purpose on number 1. Add to that emotional safety, full circle. I hope this was helpful, man. Be your best self, keep leveling up. And for now, that's it, man. See you in the next one.